All right. So you want to begin investing your money. You want to begin building wealth. And the desire to do this is a great first step. But if you are watching this video, I'm going to assume one thing, and that's that you don't know how to begin investing. Luckily for you, you have stumbled upon the Financial Bartender. And this is going to be the first in a series of videos where I break down the basics of investing. And as the title of this video suggests, we're going to be answering the age-old question of what is a stock. We're going to look at that. We're going to look at what drives the prices of stocks. We're going to look at how you can make money off of them and give some tips for picking out your own stocks to invest in. Let's check it out. If you are new to the Financial Bartender, our motto is simple. We build wealth, productivity, and self-improvement on a bartender's salary. We don't believe that you need six figures to gain financial wealth and financial independence. And if you're enjoying this video so far, please consider subscribing to the channel. We would love to have you. All right, so what is a stock? The simplest way that I can define it is a stock represents a piece of ownership in a company. If you buy a stock or a share, you are buying an ownership stake within that company. And the more that you buy, the more of an ownership stake that you will have. Although it's very important to understand that in a lot of companies, this is like microscopic. The word shares is kind of interchangeable with stocks. It sounds a little nicer to say, oh, I own 10 shares of Amazon compared to I own 10 stocks of Amazon. So shares and stocks just kind of mean the same thing. So let's pull this up here. I want to look at Apple stock. Apple stock right now is trading for $188.74. If you decide, yep, that feels like a fair price to me, I'm going to buy, you now own one share of Apple, which means you are an owner in Apple. And you're probably saying, okay, why in the world would these big companies allow just anyone to, buy shares? The important thing to understand is that the offering of stocks is a way for them to increase their revenue and really scale their businesses. All these big companies, Apple, Amazon, Tesla, Microsoft, they didn't just get to where they are today because of their products. That certainly played a big part. But stocks drive these companies, and the constant buying, selling, trading of them is what has allowed these companies to scale their businesses very quickly. So quick recap, what is a stock? A stock is a piece of ownership in a company. The more of a stock you own, the more of a company you own. Question number 2, what determines the prices of stocks? Just like everything else in the world, stocks are largely driven by supply and demand. If there's a hot stock, if it's really in demand, that price is going to rise. If there's a company that is struggling and people are kind of selling off the stock, they're panicking, that stock price is going to drop as a result. Question number 3, and I think the question that everyone really wants to know, is how can you make money off of stocks? I'm sure you've heard the phrase, buy low, sell high. That is essentially what you're trying to do if you're trying to make money off of stocks. You want to buy low, you want to sell high at a profit. If you buy low and then sell even lower, you've lost money. Let's look at just a very basic example. Let's say you bought Apple for $100. And now, as we just said, it's worth, $170? It's worth $188 now. If you sell, you would make an $88 profit. And then that's where you can see how you can really make money quick. Let's pretend you had 1,000 shares of Apple. You didn't just sell one. You quickly see how you can really make a lot of money if you sell at a profit. One thing I do want to kind of comment on quick is it's very hard to time the market. Buy low, sell high is a phrase that we at the Financial Bartender like to use when talking about holding long term. It's very hard to enter into the market and say, I'm buying now, in a week I'm going to sell high. You can't time that. But if you buy bits and pieces over time in a company that you believe in and you just hold and let that go to work, you're most likely going to be able to sell for a profit. And this is a really good segue into the fourth topic that I wanted to cover today, and that's how do you pick stocks? You have to be very careful when picking stocks, especially if you're on YouTube. You're going to see lots of clickbait titles, lots of clickbait thumbnails of, invest in these, you're going to make money really quick, you're going to get rich. And I fell into this trap a couple years ago when I was just starting out on my investment journey. I didn't really know what I was doing. But you see these videos that promise quick wealth, and you're like, oh, I want some of that. Here's where it backfires. If you're invested in something that you don't understand and the price starts to drop, you're going to panic. You're going to be like, what's going on? I need to sell. I need to get out of this now before it gets any worse. And there's a high chance that you've already lost money because you invested in something that you didn't understand and you didn't believe in. Tip number 1 that we offer here at the Financial Bartender for picking stocks is to please do your own research and find things that you believe in. Find a company that you think will do good long term. If you find those companies, if you find something to believe in, then the daily ups and downs of the stock market are not going to bother you. You aren't going to panic when the price drops because you're going to say, so what? I believe in this company long term. I'm not going to panic that it's down a few dollars this week. And I like to get it to the point where it's like out of sight, out of mind. If I'm being honest, I don't check the prices of what I'm investing in because I believe in it long term. I just have a portion of my paycheck taken out each week. It goes immediately into my investments. And I know that long term I believe in what I'm investing in, so I don't need to stress myself out by checking each week, each day, what that price is. I just know over time it's going to work. And my advice would be to find something that allows you to do the same thing. Something where it's out of sight, out of mind. I know this company is going to do well over time, so I don't have to worry myself every day. The second tip we offer here at the Financial Bartender is to please assess your risk tolerance before investing. How much are you willing to risk and how much are you willing to lose? And the smart way to look at it is only invest what you can afford to lose. If everything that you have invested drops to zero, will you still be fine? If so, then you should feel pretty confident investing. If you're going to invest a lot of money and if it doesn't work out, you're going to be struggling to get by day to day, I would advise against investing that much. But once again, this is all up to you. You have to ask yourself, really, how much are you willing to risk? And then from there, create your own plan on investing. So real quickly, I just want to summarize everything that we've talked about here. What is a stock? A stock represents a piece of ownership in a company. The more stock or shares that you own, the more of that company you own. What drives the prices of stocks? Stocks are driven by supply and demand. How do you make money off of stocks? Essentially, it's buy low, sell high. This can be short term or this can be over many years, but that's what you're trying to do. And then how do you pick some stocks? Number 1, we recommend do your own research, find things that you believe in. Real quickly too on that thing of finding stuff you believe in. With all the stocks out there, you really have the power to be creative. If you love gaming, you can find something within that world. If you love real estate, you can find real estate stocks. If you love tech, the big tech companies are right there. There's so much out there where you can really personalize your portfolio based on what you love and what you believe in. But that was for picking stocks. That's tip number 1, doing your own research. And then lastly, tip 2 is assess your risk tolerance. Figure out what you feel comfortable investing and go from there. I hope this helps you understand stocks a little more. And at the end of the day, what we're trying to do here at the Financial Bartender is set you on the path to begin building financial wealth and financial independence. Thank you.